Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. Jeremy Crosby back with y'all. Hope you had a good Monday and Tuesday. I know I did. Off celebrating the anniversary. Wife and I, 10 years. What? High five, honey. And glad to be back in the hot seat. And appreciate Andrew taking things over. Andrew, you kept the show going and moving. Okay.
Yes, I did.
He says yes.
They can hear me.
They can hear you?
Yes, they can hear me. Yep.
Well, they like when you fill in, Andrew.
I do what I can.
They call for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true or not, but they should call for you and not for me. It was it's kind of crappy weather the last couple of days, but yet we missed out on that snowstorm up north. 6 inches in Eau Claire. It's pretty crazy. Do you even have your snowblower ready? Do you even have a snowblower?
No, I have
for snowblowing.
Yep. And I have a gravel driveway, so I figured snowblower isn't the way to go.
Tink, 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 tink. Well, So you're moving some gravel.
It's like a gravel machine gun, I don't think that's the best idea.
I'm sure some days you'd want that, though. Maybe you could, use it for snowball fights and stuff.
There you go. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Either way, I appreciate you filling in, and we've got a great show today as well. Andrew's cooked up some special stuff, including your Fitchburg Road construction update. We'll get you the latest on all paving operations as both major projects wrapping up for the season. One for good, one for the season. We'll break all that down coming up. Plus, check in with Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection. You're like, wow, we just went through these like bam, bam, bam. Well, there's a lot of things going on, and it's Cybersecurity Month, and we want to make sure we got that to you sooner than later as we start to already wrap up October. Hard to believe. And one thing we did, Andrew, by the way, we carved pumpkins here at the Crosby household. And for once,
we did too.
I didn't screw up my pumpkin for the first time. Finally got a cool treat. I know. He's the claps help big time.
Yep.
You have to see. We got a lot of pumpkins. It was pretty good. We picked them up at a roadside stand.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep it easy.
Those are good.
I got to show you mine. I want to see yours, Andrew. I'm kind of curious.
Well, the wife and I did not make one. Just the kids did. We helped the kids. We had to gut 5 pumpkins already. I didn't feel like gutting 2 more for me and the wife. So,
I think I gutted 6 pumpkins, didn't I? Do we have 6 or 5? 5? Yeah. I know. I'll get a picture. We got to get a picture on the show here.
We have a picture too. I can send it from ours.
Well, then your kids will do better than me then for sure.
We can. We'll send pictures and show it for Halloween of our pumpkins and your pumpkins.
Well, and you always do a Bamlet family photo too for Halloween, so we'll look forward to seeing that as well.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to get the kiddos together. Christy got Carson's out. Wait till you see Carson's this year too. Ooh, his is hilarious. 2-year-old. He's
hilarious. All right, good. Mine are interesting this year. 3 very different costumes. So,
well, that's good.
Yep.
That's good to hear. All right, let's get to your headlines here. Already running out of time. We start with the Fitchburg Senior Center will be offering free rides to the polls. That's right. Mandy asked, do you have a plan to vote? If your answer is no, we have an option. Yeah, you can call the Fitchburg Senior Center 270-4290 prior to November 3rd. The Senior Center is offering free rides to the polls. Call today. Fitchburg Senior Center, helping out in any way they can. Also, I got the Fitchburg Farmers Market coming up, and this one's called Fall Favorites. Aplenty. Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming here. All right, Andrew, get your notebook out and start writing these down because they have a slew of good things coming in. They're offering fresh produce. Always got that. Jams, jellies, pumpkins, apples, squash, kettle corn, maple syrup, baked goods, meats, lamb, goat. That's Andrew's favorite. Beef available for pre-order. Actually, I don't know if that's his favorite. Maybe cider, though. Yeah, eggs, cheese, CBD products, salsa, flowers, peppers, plant. Oh, my gosh. Soaps, lotions, fiber. No, that's Andrew's right there. Fiber.
Fiber.
Straight up fiber.
Yep.
Give that guy the fiber. Keep him regular.
I'll knit you a sweater for the winter, Jeremy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, boy.
All right, 3 to 6, stop on by. And you still can do that pre-ordering stuff as well if you get those orders in. you got to check specifically for which farm. I still haven't tried the pre-order thing. That would be kind of cool to try this year and get that box of produce. So either way, check it out. All right, Free Bikes for Kids Madison has received more requests for bicycles in 2020 than ever, which makes sense because you're stuck at home, so more people looking to bike. I mean, I bought a bike this year for going out and biking. So their goal is to collect as many bikes as possible in the fall and winter to refurbish and distribute them to nonprofits and schools next spring on Saturday, November 7th. Write this down. Organizations throughout the area will hold bike donation stations from 12 to 3 p.m. The Fitchburg Chamber member Delta Beer Lab and the Thirsty Goat will be participating. So right here locally, you'll be able to drop off those bikes. So yeah, if you got any gently used, even just regular you got a bike, get it to them. They'll take it for parts and so much more. So great organization, again, November 7th, and we'll keep you up to date as it gets closer to make sure you have time to donate your bike. All right, state driver's license and IDs are the most common forms of identification to show at the polls. Wisconsin driver's license and IDs are available through the DMV, and DMV encourages voters to check and make sure that they have the proper identification needed to go vote in the November general election. Yeah, if you haven't checked out, you need to do so. The Wisconsin Election Commission notes that there are other forms of identification that are valid for voting purposes, such as military or student ID cards, a federally compliant real ID card. I got one of those with a star in the upper right corner. Andrew, you got yours yet? You better get out there and do that. There is no separate voter ID, though, so you can see if your card meets the requirements. Visit the Wisconsin Election Commission's website. bringit.wi.gov for more information. Yeah, want to make sure you have that ready to go. And if you're looking for DMV, you can stop at the new South Side location, South Madison residents. They've expanded the DMV services into your neighborhood. Stop by, take care of your driver's license and identification card needs. They're located at 1810 South Park Street, Suite 205, and that's open Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. through December 29th, 2020. Yeah, it's good information there, and certainly if you had any questions about the elections, you can check in with our clerks department. They have all the latest information you need as now in-person absentee voting going on as well. All right, we'll take a quick break. Coming up next, we're opening up the digest with your Fitchburg road construction update. It's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
¡Sam, Elmo!
Hola, Julia. ¿Estás lista para tocar con nosotros? Yo tocaré mi clarinete.
Y Elmo tocará su tambor. Tambor ruidoso.
Bueno, ya sabes qué hacer, Julia.
Julia sabe.
Dado el autismo de Julia, los sonidos pueden ser muy fuertes.
Y hace música a su manera. ¡A tocar!
La detección temprana del autismo puede hacer una diferencia de por vida. Conoce más sobre la detección temprana en detecciondeautismo.org.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Public Works here in Fitchburg, it's Bill Balke. Bill, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Jeremy. How's it going with you?
It is going great. Now that you're here and we can talk some construction, we'll get started here because there's a lot of information to get to. We'll start on Fitchburg Road. We learned earlier this week that Post Road, west of Fitchburg Road, will be closed for some paving. Tell us what's coming up here in next week.
All right. Yeah, we're in the home stretch with the paving, so we'll be closing down Post Road to the east for 2 days, the 27th, 28th, so that we can get the final pavement down in that area to give the best product for the long term. So we're just doing that temporary closure for 2 days. We'll open it back up to traffic again. It'll stay in the current configuration until November 2nd. At that time, we're going to be switching traffic from the current configuration onto the new pavement, northbound and southbound, and finishing up with the construction of that.
Yeah, it's coming together pretty quick here as things wrap up. Besides paving, what else do they have to do for wrapping up stuff on Fitchburg Road this year?
We need to finish paving the trail, finishing some curb and gutter. The walls, they'll be in the current, they'll be stained in the spring, I guess. We're running out of weather to get that done. But the walls are completed. The lighting will be coming. So we'll be doing some temporary lighting over the winter, and then our poles will be delivered sometime in the spring. So we'll be getting those up. So traffic signals, again, it's just taking a little bit longer to get everything due to COVID and in manufacturing processes. So it's, we're working on it.
No, understandable. Yeah, you know, weather, between the weather and COVID and stuff, I mean, truly we're lucky we got to where we are today for even getting up to paving for next week. So very excited about that. And we'll remind everybody about the closure next week and any changes due to weather. They only have a certain amount of time, Bill, to get this done with the weather and it getting colder, right? At some point, you can't pave if it's too cold out.
Right. We're required to, have certain temperatures and rising, like 35 and rising. And if it gets too cold, they have to add a bunch of chemicals to the pavement to warm it up, essentially, so that it can still be formed into the shape that it needs to. It gets expensive to do that, so neither the contractors nor the city really want to have them go through with that, but it's out there if we need it.
Yeah, nope. We'll try and hope that the weather stays semi right where it is, and or warms up at least till we wrap that up. Now going to Mckee Road, that project also in its stages of paving. We got a good chunk of that down last week. Tell us where we're at today.
Right now, we're gearing up to do the final paving for that stretch as well next week. It'll be later in the week. We're going to be working on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to complete the paving in 3 different days and 3 different closures. And there will be some detours involved with that. We're in the process of finalizing those detours that we'll be posting online and with Fact TV. So we'll be getting those out hopefully today or tomorrow. And yeah, we're trying to wrap things up. So the map that you would see for the planned closures, orange on the 29th, yellow on the 30th, and green on the 31st.
Yeah, and again, as those closures do come up, we'll remind drivers of that they need to be prepared for slow traffic and whatnot. And then as far as wrapping that project up, Bill, what else do they have to do once the paving is done?
We'll be doing the pavement marking for the most part, getting the lines down, some signs, some traffic signals, and that's pretty much it.
Fantastic. Any other reports on Fitchburg Road or Mckee Road?
Nope. I guess, for next week, if you can try to, it's going to be really confusing. It's going to change every day. If you want to just try to avoid the whole area for those 3 days, it would be most helpful. And we just want to get things wrapped up out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we'll take it day by day here on Talking Fitchburg and get that information out for you, Bill. Any updates on any other projects happening around the city?
We just got some sewer extension that's going on at the intersection of Seminole and Lacey. Just be aware that there's workers and construction vehicles crossing the roads there if you're going through that area.
Fantastic. Bill, always a pleasure. And we'll check back in with you next week as things wrap up here for the month of October.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, Bill Balke, our Public Works Director. And again, avoid the areas. We'll again share that info here on TF all next week. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things.
2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks.
Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school.
Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So, I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now, know that you matter.
Back into Talking Fitchburg. Join me today from the Department of Trade Consumer Protection. One more time for the month, it's Laura Sutherland. Laura, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jeremy. Thanks for having me on.
Glad we can get you here for one more segment, and it's a staple for DATCP in this show, National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And it's back with a vengeance. Now, I've always wanted to say that, but I think the points you get across this year is if you connect it, protect it. I think that works in so many different ways. But tell us about the Awareness Month and what DATCP wants to warn you about.
That's right. So it's the 17th annual Cybersecurity Month. And it's funny to think because in 2003, I'm not sure people knew what cybersecurity was, but now we all are very aware of cybersecurity, and even more so today, right? Because we're all working from home, going to school from home, getting our groceries from home, our dinner from home, everything in between. Super, super connected. So this is an important month. And as we lean harder on technology to allow us to do our everyday lives, we need to start thinking about it the way we take care of anything, the way we, take our cars to get checked up, the way we, I don't know what month of year it is, but every year we have to change all the batteries in our fire alarms, right? So every year we should take stock of our technological devices and take an inventory, right? It's incumbent on us to take some ownership of protecting ourselves online and how we function out there. So here's what we're telling folks to do. First, take an inventory of everything in your house that's connected to the web. You might find it's surprising. Of course, our computers and our phones, but our thermostats are connected, some of our refrigerators are connected to the web. We have our devices that we like to talk to now, our Google Home, our Alexa, our Siri, etc. Those are all connected. You've got your watches that are connected. The list goes on and on. So making sure you have an inventory of everything that connects you and is collecting data and sending it out into the world. You need to have an understanding of that. And then what you need to do is update all the software to protect yourself. These companies are constantly looking at the ways hackers are trying to break into their company. And so they're updating their software. They're trying to get on top of these viruses, but their work is only useful if you update your operating system. So update that software, get the latest antivirus software on your devices so you can keep yourself protected. And then when possible, use that two-factor authentication. It's really important because it allows the company or the entity that you're working with to verify it's you. It's one other way for them to figure out, oh, you're using this email. You didn't just steal this person's phone. You also know this other piece of information. So that two-factor authentication is just another way to make you less vulnerable. And then the thing that we all hate, passwords that are complicated and hard to remember. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in. So you shouldn't be using the same password. You shouldn't be using your dog's name from first grade. You should have complicated, strong passwords, and use a password app so you can keep track of them, because it's true, there's a password for everything these days. So it's hard to keep track, but the answer isn't to make them simple. The answer is to make them complicated and store them in a secure app so you don't make yourself vulnerable by an easy to guess password.
Yeah, it's amazing when you do think about taking inventory of every single device that's connected to online these days. Actually, you've really opened yourself up. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not going to get online and buy something, but they'll have all these other devices that hook in, and you're like, you got to keep up. But I love the information about updating the operating system, and the password piece, so very important as well. Since we are at home more and now mixing our work life and our personal life we've got to think about things that we're clicking on, backing up your data, those things. What do you have for advice on that front?
Well, you're right. So we're doing so much more online that we're putting more information out there, right? And what scammers do well, and the way we figure that out, the way they are successful is there's a little bit of information in there that seems familiar to us. So we click on that email, we click on that link. Even in my job, we've gotten unsolicited emails about, don't forget to do your latest harassment training at work. That, we have to do those trainings at work. We get emails about them. But lo and behold, it's a fabricated link, and it's going to try to, infect our computers. So you have to be more vigilant about looking at the type of emails that you're getting and making sure they're really legitimate, that they're not from your HR department, but they're from some fake imposter HR department. Now, here's what I have to say. You're not always going to catch it. They're getting more sophisticated. You really have to be on your game. If you're a busy person, you're getting a lot of emails, you may fall for it. So what can you do? What's your second round of backup? Is to back up that data, back up that computer. There's some great cloud services out there that can help you. So in the event that you accidentally click one of these links and you're vulnerable to a hack, you've backed up your data and you've kept it safe. I, of course, work at DADCAP, so I back up my data with both cloud and hard drive. It may be overkill, but it's my job, so that's what I do. But anyway, look into at least an external hard drive or a cloud, and to keep that data backed up.
Yeah, data management and storage is very complicated, not in the fact that, buying a device and loading it on and backing it up, but to continuously do it and plan that out, because you never know when you could lose that data first and foremost, but if there was a hack or identity theft or whatever, you name it, losing all that stuff could lead to a very bad day among other things. Last piece as far as cybersecurity goes, and that's reporting. How important is it for people to report to DHCCP when we're talking about scams and things that people are coming across and getting you aware of it?
Well, that was a softball because, I'm going to say it's super important. We really like to know what's happening out there. It helps us address potential scams and threats that target certain communities. As you know, utility scams are probably coming up next month with the fear of utility shutoffs. But those tend to hit particular regions. So we can get out in front of that and do education in those regions. We can also investigate and try to shut it down. We're seeing some scams online, and because people have complained, we are, have some investigations into those types of scams. So, and if you're a victim, we can help you maybe not get your money back, because sometimes if you sent a gift card, that's really difficult to undo, if not impossible. But if you're vulnerable to ID theft, we can walk you through how to get yourself safe and protect yourself from ID theft. So a whole myriad of reasons that you should definitely give us a call. We've got some great subject matter experts that can help you with any kind of thing that you may be facing if you're a victim of a scam. So definitely call us.
Yeah, and then I suspect too that you would endorse that cybersecurity while we talk about it in the month of October. You need to practice it each and every day and throughout the year. And October, will make you aware of it, but more than ever, it's one of those that you got to practice day in and day out to really make it be successful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Laura, thank you so much for your time again this month. We certainly appreciate it. Stay safe out there, and we'll look forward to having you and the rest of the team back in November. Crazy
Super. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you. I encourage you to go out to DATCAP's website. Great information on and a lot more topics out there, especially when we're talking about cybersecurity. Even my son knows. Yeah, he knows you got to go to DATCP. Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
I expected it to be a lot easier.
I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. I didn't know what step to take next.
I was transitioning from the military. I was a vehicle gunner.
An avionics specialist.
I was an MP, military police.
My friends thought I could do anything.
I missed my unit, my family.
Playing with my daughter, I felt like a stranger.
I was overwhelmed.
I couldn't sleep.
I just wanted to be by myself. I didn't have a clear sense of what to do next.
I was too proud. And then I thought, if I'm going through this, other veterans have gone through it too, right?
I started to open up.
And it made a huge difference.
So I reached out, and I saw that I wasn't alone.
Because before I was able to take on my next mission, I had to take on just taking care of myself.
To find purpose.
We are not alone. Other veterans have transitioned from the military and overcome mental health challenges. Visit maketheconnection.net.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show, I want to thank Bill and Laura from Department of Trade and Consumer Protection. A lot of great resources online, by the way. DATCP website. Got to head out there and got to stay safe during Cyber Awareness Month. We want you to stay safe. That's the bottom line here. All right, Andrew wants you to also watch us on our many, many different platforms. We're all over the place, Andrew. Apple TV, Roku, Facebook, YouTube. Andrew's our Facebook guru. Well, he's our guru for a lot of things. So stop on by, say hi, and if you got any questions, hit our website, fitchburgwi.gov. Have a great day.